It's in our children, our friends.
Welcome back to the new #1 morning show in Northwest Indiana. News, sports, education, and entertainment. Wake up, GI, with Jeffrey Smith. Brought to you by the Geary Community Schools Corporation.
All right, everybody, guess what? We're back. Talk about a hot mic. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, we're back. We got a great show for you that's going on. We're going to continue that. Once again, we want to give a shout out to Dr. Lynn Hughes. We really enjoyed that conversation. But we're going to continue with good stuff because I enjoy conversations with this guy. Of course, he is representing Indiana University Northwest. And as you probably heard us talk about, there is some awesome opportunities that are coming out, resources that are being made available for scholars to go to the next level and help themselves in the next level of their education as well as employment opportunities. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce what's going on. Antoine, introduce yourself.
Good morning, Gary. Antoine Hawkins, admissions counselor at Indiana University Northwest.
Yeah. Now, first, once again, it's always good to talk to you. I'm glad when you take, because you're a busy guy this time of the year. Really, all year long, you're busy.
All year long.
But we appreciate when you come over here down the street, that is, and kind of share some of the good news. So, you know, as I was talking about earlier, we're in this like third leg of this marathon. You know, if you are a senior or a scholar that's trying to go to the next level, whether it be IUN or anywhere else, tell us about what's going on at IUN. What are some of the resources you're offering?
Well, lots of resources, but the biggest one, financial is always a big issue when it comes to college. We actually have a College Go Sunday coming up on Sunday, February 26th. Is an opportunity for parents to come to campus.
Yeah.
They can get help with filing their FAFSA. That's the free application for federal student aid that all students should file by April 15th, so that way they can get funds to pay for college, whether it's IU Northwest or any other institution.
Yes. And so as you talk about the FAFSA, and you and even some of your colleagues have come over here, that you all will help out or help parents and help scholars, even if they're not applying to IUN.
Even if they're not applying to IUN.
Yeah.
Come out.
And so, once again, explain the FAFSA and the process and what, because it can be a little overwhelming to just hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a free application, like I said, for students to receive funding from the federal government, from the local state, things of that nature. So what happens is you fill out your personal information.
Yeah.
Whoever is claiming that person as a dependent, we would need their financial information from the previous year. And then once that information is sent over to school, that puts in an award package for you.
Yeah.
And in that award package, you may have Pell, which is grant money that comes from the federal government you don't have to pay back. You can get state money.
Nice.
That, once again, is a grant you don't have to pay back. And some scholarships are tied to it as well. And then student loans, which, we don't want to encourage those at all.
Right. And so explain, because that's where I was going to go. Student loans. It appears there's a new narrative out here, and I wonder, by somebody who works in higher education, in particular in the financial aspect of it, you're now starting to see even, politicians start to, governors, for instance, start to create these different pathways. And now you're starting to see the federal government, for instance, Joe Biden, about a month or so ago, started talking about getting more funding for vocational training. And so for the higher institutions, knowing that this bubble appears to be getting ready to burst because that student loan debt is now something that people are looking into, and that's affecting their decision whether to go to college or not. How are you all kind of changing the narrative? Because you've been very good, and your colleagues have. I wish there was somebody like you. Maybe there was when I was going to college. I just didn't know them. But when I listen to you, I find that you basically can go to college 4 years and really not pay that much. And I've heard of stories where some people have gone for free and got a stipend. And so are colleges now trying to kind of push guys like you out in the forefront to let people know that you can still come to our university and just get the federal dollars and to help pay for it? Because, as I said, the student loan thing is really affecting people's decision to go to college.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing here at IU Northwest that we want to emphasize is the low cost of tuition.
Yes. That's kind of what separates you from the pack.
Absolutely. So if you're looking to get a quality education, at a low price in your backyard, we're right here at IU Northwest.
Yes.
By filling out the FAFSA, if you qualify for the max amount of the FAFSA, which I believe right now is almost $7,000,
wow,
that's going to pay for the good majority of your tuition.
Yeah.
We're under $8,000
Yeah.
to attend per year.
You are?
So if you qualify for that max amount without any scholarships or anything, it's a good possibility you can graduate with zero to very little debt whatsoever.
Yeah.
In IU Northwest.
Now, I've never asked this. Is this major specific? For instance, are there certain degrees in certain departments in which this applies, or is this just period across the board?
That's our tuition for undergrad students. So those who are seeking to obtain a bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
full time, that's what you're going to be paying. It'll be under $8,000.
Now, what about people who are thinking about adding on or going for their masters and things like that? I know I have a pleasure of doing a show with my compadre, I like to call her, Dr. Paige McNulty. She's the manager of Garrett Community Schools. And, for years, she's been talking about, the partnership that they have with you all. They're paying teachers to go and basically no cost whatsoever to kind of get their hours, increase their certifications and things like that. Are there other sectors that work with you all like that for people that are already employed and like to go and get graduate work done?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of employers who are sending their employees back to school and paying for it.
Right.
Especially in the education area, in tech fields.
Yeah.
Different certifications as things become more available. There's different education levels and things that you can receive. Employers are sending their back and they're paying for it.
They're paying
for it.
Hey,
you can go back, get your master's or get this additional certification.
Yeah.
We'll pay for that, and then once you finish, we'll up your salary. So there's a lot of programs out there. Even with grad school,
Yeah.
Students have opportunity to do teach aid positions.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
They can get stipends for that.
See,
you can
people
do
don't know about
research and
that.
things of that nature.
Yeah.
You can get stipends for that. So there's creative ways of actually getting grad school paid for as well.
Now, we're talking with Antoine from IUN, the financial department. He's a good friend of the show. We appreciate when he comes over here. A lot of times he comes with his colleagues as well, but he's rolling solo today, so we appreciate that. Let me ask you this, because I've been noticing this new trend as well, and I think it's smart by higher institutions, but they are now making a play for those people who may not have finished their degrees. They're trying to encourage people to come back. They're really making overtures to them just like they were 18-year-olds. You're seeing that all across the board. What kind of financial opportunities are available for students, adults who had a little bit of life in between their last college experience and where they are now?
Well, you also can still qualify because you haven't received a bachelor's degree. So
Okay.
in most cases, you still qualify to receive some financial assistance.
Yeah.
But we do have scholarships for just returning adults. So
Yeah.
if you're a returning adult looking to return to school, there's scholarship opportunities that set aside funding for just those individuals who are
Yeah.
looking to come back.
Now, does the university, I know this might not be your department per se, but you're around all the smart people, so I'll ask you this. Is the universities now starting to make adjustments, not just IUN, but universities across the board, with more online classes and things like that for the working people in the evening? Because once again, I mean, going back to the student loan debt problem, I think that there's an opportunity, or I think there's a need for higher institutions to reinvent themselves. And as I said, when I look and I see these commercials on television, you hear about universities kind of being amenable to the regular student instead of the traditional one like maybe you and I were, where we, that's all we did, and if we got a job, it was a little side. But all our courses, 12 of them are 12 course hours during the day. We were all on campus, and it was like that. Now it seems like they're kind of being a lot more flexible.
Absolutely. So we have classes start as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, go as late as 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
We have online courses
Yeah.
as well. I guess a plus out of COVID, if we can look at some of the pluses, we start offering more online classes.
Right.
So there's more flexibility by way of individuals completing whatever goals they have education-wise at our university.
Now, are online courses still considered part of the tuition package, or if there are students out there that just can only go online, or are there solely online classes, first of all? And if they are they a little differently priced than those students who are going in person?
So we do have courses and programs that are just 100% online.
Yeah.
There are some additional fees depending on what those programs are, but for the most part, the tuition is still going to be the same whether you're taking online courses or in-person classes.
Now, do you also have certificate programs? Because, once again, sometimes people are going to college for just a specific thing, and they need a certain accreditation to kind of go on and gain employment, things like that. Let's say, like EMT programs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you all offer that?
Yes, we offer different type of certificate programs, online programs as well. So everything from a certificate up to a PhD you can find at IU.
Yeah.
If you go on our website, IU Online,
Yeah.
on there you'll see a whole list of every program. You can break it down by interest and then kind of decide. All of those programs are offered 100% online, and they're all taught by IU professors.
Yeah, yeah, interesting stuff. So once again, we're talking with Antoine about what's going on at Indiana University Northwest. As he says, there are resources that are available. All you got to do is go over there and fill out your FAFSA, and whether you're attending the university, IUN or not, they can help you with that. But they're also going to always let you know that Indiana University is absolutely one of the lower priced accredited colleges for 4-year degrees that you're really going to find, in particular in this area, but just period. And so he's going to probably talk a little bit about that when you come sit in his office as well. Tell me about some of the other stuff going on campus.
Other things we have on campus, we actually started our Group Scholars Program, which is an amazing opportunity for students.
Yeah.
Represents underrepresented students within the Northwest Indiana area.
Yeah.
Those individuals will be able to come on campus 6 weeks before classes start.
Yeah.
They're going to earn 3 college credits by taking a course. There's other activities that's involved, and it's totally free to students. We offer wraparound services that's going to follow them all 4 years that they're in college,
Yeah.
as well as offer them scholarship opportunities.
Now, the wraparound services, that is absolutely a godsend. It's like a safety net. It exposes them to tutorial services and anything that they might need to make sure that they're successful, correct?
Absolutely. Counseling services.
Yeah.
They all are going to have a success coach that's going to be assigned to them that they'll meet with on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
As well as having access to our career services, TRIO program, student support services, and other services that's on campus.
Now, let me ask you something that, may or may not be in the purview right now, but I'm pretty sure you all have had some internal conversations about this. We had, unfortunately, in this country, we're in a bad place right now as far as, our gun violence and things like that. And, on the 15th anniversary of NIU, we had another incident at a major institution up to the north of us in Lansing, a town that I know pretty well. And I kind of speculated about this. You kind of answered it a little bit when you were talking about the online classes. But, as these little things start to trend and parents and, scholars start to really look at their personal safety, is there a concern that in-person education will possibly kind of decline significantly? Because it came to my mind, and I just felt for when they showed the pictures of those victims. 2 of them were for Grosse Pointe. One of them was a little athlete. I mean, these kids were minding their own business. I mean, they were where they were supposed to be. So were the other 7 who were shot. I mean, do you all have conversations as a student body prepared for the conversations? Because even though this is in Lansing, it reverberates to the campus over at IUN, in Bloomington, in Lafayette, and all across. Young people, students in general are now concerned about their safety. So have you all had these kind of conversations since this happened or even prior to it?
Yes, unfortunately, because of the trend that's going on with
Yeah.
violence. We have had these talks, and we have drills and things and procedures put in place for things such as this.
Right.
Unfortunately, this isn't the first time something like this happened
No.
at a college campus.
No.
So it's been something that IU as a whole has, we've been dealing with and been talking and preparing for quite some time now.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate what happened, but I do want to stress to parents, if you are concerned in regards to your child coming to school, just know that, at IU Northwest, we are taking all precautions
Exactly.
to make sure that they are safe.
No, I have no doubt, and I have no doubt that Michigan State was doing the best that they could. I mean, these are just things you can't account for. You just can't account for a guy who lives 3 miles down. I mean, who lives down the street that one day come out and just says, "I'm going to go out and create havoc." And so, I guess where I was, I'm asking, and so, is it more? And this is just your opinion. Does it become more mandatory that the university make available online learning? Because there are people who just are starting to get anxiety about just being exposed and being out at these places. They just people want to either shop. We're starting to see that in the retail sector and the way people consume goods. People like to just kind of, sit at home or sit in safe spaces. We see that even with the way we watch media. People don't go to the movies that much anymore. They stream stuff. And so obviously education, and when you get events like this, those kind of things can change as well.
Yeah, I mean, just like anything else you said, people are staying home. So you have to offer those courses.
Yeah.
Like I said, since COVID, we've offered more because of the pandemic more so than, what's going on by way of violence on campuses.
Right.
But something to keep in mind, we've spoke to a lot of our students afterwards.
Nice.
And a lot of them miss being in person.
Yeah.
They miss being in the classroom. They miss being with their
They
their
want
fellow
that
classmates.
experience, don't they?
They want that college experience. They want to be around. They don't want to be isolated in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Or at the kitchen table, doing their homework. So I think it's a good mix of students who they really want to come on campus, and they're going to continue to come on campus, despite what may be going on.
Now, I never went to IUN. I took when I was a senior, I took some AP courses there. Obviously, in high school, I used the library. I've been on the campus a number of times for events. I want to ask about campus life. Let's just talk about that right now, because it's crazy to me, because I can't picture campus life, but I've heard it's very rewarding. I mean, describe it to me. I mean, what school did you go to?
I actually, for undergrad, was Governor State University.
Okay, so you went to Governor State. So you went to a place that had fairly campus-style type of atmosphere. Did it or did it not?
Not really.
Okay,
Not really.
It was more like a commuter college or something like that. And so where'd you go to grad school?
IU Northwest.
Okay, so what's it? So you when we're talking about campus life, what's that like? Because I guess because I grew up here, I'm a little jaded, and I don't see the dormitories. You don't have all those kind of things that reference university life. But you say there's a campus life there. What's that look like?
So that's the big misconception. We get from students all the time. It's like, I love your program, I love your price, but I want that traditional college campus experience.
I want to hang out in the
you
yard.
You guys don't have dorms.
I want to go to the yard.
Yeah, but if you think about that, let's think about a student. Let's say they do go to a school that has dorms, and they have their roommate.
Yeah.
They get up, they go to class, they leave class, they go back to their dorm, and they study, they go to bed, they wake up, go to class.
Right.
And they just repeat that for 4 years. Are they really experiencing college? It's the same thing.
Look at you. You are a chief salesman.
You have to step out of your comfort zone. You
Yeah.
have to join clubs and organizations. You have to get involved. On our campus, we have over 60 clubs and organizations for students to get involved in.
Yeah.
So, for instance, just yesterday, our Brother to Brother Club.
What's the Brother to Brother Club?
Brother to Brother is an organization, a club on campus for African males.
Brother to Brother.
Brothers on campus. And what they do is positive work within the community. They actually sponsored Wakanda.
Oh, my goodness. Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. So they played that yesterday in Bergen Auditorium. It was open to the community, so it brought in some other people from the community come see it. So those are just some things. Our student government is active.
Now, I know you got
of course,
student
we
government.
have Black Student Union on campus. We have a couple of fraternities and sororities on campus as well.
Yeah.
So it's all about just keeping the students engaged. So we have different things all the time on campus.
So do you have do you have dances or things like, I mean, because how does that work? For instance, all right, let's get back to the admissions part of it. And when you're getting out of state or out of area students, do you have a list of potential renters? I mean, landlords. How do you help people find how? Say I want to go because your program is one. I mean, you all have some great programs, great majors. So it's very possible that there are a lot of people that come from other areas, whether it be in state or even other states, just because they want that major and they want it here. How do you help them with housing? I mean, you got a list of landlords that submit to you and you vet. What goes on with that?
So I got to put the disclaimer out. IU Northwest is not affiliated with any rental institution.
Okay, not even Airbnb?
Or leasing agent at this time.
Yeah.
However, we do have like athletes who we recruit. We have a large international group. So there's students that are living and housing in the area, whether it be apartments, sharing a home, etc. We as a campus campus, we can't, get involved in helping
So how
them
do
find
how do
it.
they find them?
Students speak among themselves. They know
literally
each other.
They're on their own. They're like, you got to get here.
Someone may mention someone that they know is
Yeah.
renting a spot, or some along those. But IU Northwest is not.
I see your
officially
disclaimer.
Tied to any leasing agent, but students who come from other states and out of the country, like our international students, they are definitely in housing. They have some form of housing.
So okay, so as you said, you're not affiliated, you're not promoting it, but does the okay, I see you. And so, but does the university have somewhat of an obligation, in particular, like you said, for the university, the international students or even the athletes, to make sure that this is credible housing, that they're in safe situations, that they're in situations that won't get them thrown out in just a couple of months because the landlord or somebody sells the house, to make sure that these are stable environments? Do you at least kind of do your due diligence? Or do they have to run it by you at least? Or are they on their own? Just be honest. Are they on their own?
The students are in safe housing. We're going to leave it at that.
Oh my goodness!
Not to have an attorney like.
I know, I'm not gonna get you in trouble. I'm not gonna get. Nobody listens to this show. 17 minutes after the hour. It's the 16th of February 2023, and this is Wake Up GI with Jeffrey Smith. Let's get back to the serious stuff. So, right now, as far as high school programming and high school, do you all have any kind of programs going, let's say for high schoolers who are kind of sniffing around college or sniffing around IUN, that parents should be aware of, whether it be in school season or in the summer?
We have a whole list of summer things that's going to be coming out that we're going to be posting on our social media. We'll also bring it up here so you'll have it to share with everyone once that's finalized.
What's your social media?
Our social media is IU Northwest.
Yeah.
All handles.
Yeah.
And then
You're on Twitter?
We have one too. Yes, they're on Twitter.
Oh my goodness.
We have.
Instagram, that's where I hang out. Twitter is a cesspool of social media. You do know that.
Oh man. I don't get involved. I don't get involved in the Twitter.
You get on Twitter, they're gonna trigger you. You be sitting at your desk saying something, get you in trouble.
Try to stay off Twitter.
Absolutely. But you said you're on all platforms, and parents as well as scholars can kind of go and just kind of follow you basically, and just be aware of the updates that you put out.
Absolutely. We send updates all the time.
Yeah.
We also have different things that we do by way of reaching out to students via email, reach out to parents.
Right.
We go to the local schools, of course, the high schools. We meet with the principals and get information out to them so that they can pass it on to their students as well.
Now, are there any, region-wide or scholarship fairs or, did open house, or did you already do that? I think you all did it.
We already ran our open house.
Yeah.
We are looking to do something else for students to come and visit us on campus.
Right.
And then, of course, the Urban League had their fair that we hosted this year for the first time.
Yeah, when was that?
That was back in October.
I thought so.
Back in October. Yeah. And usually those fairs are towards the beginning part of the year because most deadlines for scholarships are around December.
Right.
December, somewhere around in that time frame. So that's why it's a big push. We always tell students, get out there, put those applications in first thing, because you don't want to wait till the last.
No, I agree with you totally. So we were talking about deadlines, before we even came on, and then obviously we talk about it all the time. So when is absolutely? You're an admissions guy. You're in that office in that cohort. When is the last possible day to get, to enter IUN? Everybody's got a story. I just didn't get my information sent. Work with me, Antoine. When is the last time when you're just like, sorry, we're done here?
All right, so I'm talking to students. You want to do it as soon as possible.
Like secretly, like yesterday.
Exactly.
Okay.
For parents.
Yeah.
They can technically enroll in classes a week before classes start.
Really?
At IU Northwest.
Right.
However,
you're talking about parents
for them getting admitted is a nice little process. So there's an application they have to fill out. They have to get it approved. That takes time.
Right.
They have to meet with an academic advisor. That takes time.
So they'll literally be going to
Placement test.
classes
So
with
there's
not being enrolled.
So they have to get those done first before they can enroll.
Right.
Now, once they're accepted,
Yeah.
as far as enrolling in classes, they can enroll in classes the week before up to the
Okay, all right.
classes
So
start.
let's clarify that, because you're right. I hadn't put my college student hat on. So
Right.
I want people to understand, accepted to the university and enrolling in classes are different things.
Two different things.
Two different things. It's like dropping classes and things like
So
that.
if you're starting from scratch and you need to put that application
Exactly.
in, you're going to need a minimum of 2 weeks. Okay?
It takes that long.
It takes at least 2 weeks. We can
Right.
try to get you through faster, but just plan on 2 weeks.
2 weeks before classes
From the day
officially
you
start.
you put that application in, we need 2 weeks before everything is done and you're ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Now, does this? Is there any kind of contingent on the professor? You know, you might have a professor be like, "Listen, I'm not taking these students a week after I start my class, and I'm not going back." Who do you think I am? I'm Dr. Jeffrey Smith. Do you have any of that going on?
I mean, if you have Dr. Jeffrey Smith, you heard it from him first. He's not accepting.
I'm not accepting it. Don't you walk into my class a week late. I need you enrolled. 20. We're having some fun. 21 minutes after the hour, though, we were talking about IU and the Fast for Money and a couple of resources that are coming in. We're really trying to put into your head that it needs to be attended to now. I want to also ask you this, because this is something we've been talking about as it relates to even social and community service that goes on. How much of increased weight do universities look at with community service? Because I don't think some of these students appreciate the fact that, just, having average or above average grades is enough. It's very competitive out there. Instead of just spending your weekends playing video games or TikTok, and it might be all right to go to the local, wherever, food pantry, Meals on Wheels. A couple of hours of volunteerism can make a huge difference.
So volunteering comes in place, not so much with the admissions process at IU Northwest, but definitely with scholarship opportunities.
Scholarships.
There's a lot of scholarship opportunities you can receive if you've done X amount of community service,
Yeah.
or if you ever done this, or extracurriculars while you were in school, if you were on a club in school, if you were played a sport, if you were in a band,
right.
All those things help out with funding.
Yeah.
There's different scholarships that's aligned for those things.
Yeah, see, I don't think people appreciate that when we think about, these kind of scholarships. We think about the athlete. We think about maybe somebody who's in a band, get a band scholarship. But you can literally go out here and do get community service and things like that. And there are organizations that absolutely reward that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many scholarships out there. I tell students all the time, usually when we think about scholarships, we already think about the two big A's, which are academics and athletics.
Exactly.
But that's not always the case.
Yeah.
When it comes to scholarships, there's a lot of outside scholarships that we don't think about.
Yeah.
So I tell students, start with your pantry, start with your medicine cabinet.
Okay.
I've said this before. Products we use every day, shampoo, body wash, deodorant, toothpaste. Look at the back of the package, get their website, go on their website, and the search bar type scholarship.
For real?
See what type of scholarships they offer. You'll be surprised.
So you mean Axe Body Wash is out here giving scholarships?
Axe Body Wash isn't, but Unilever, the company that owns Axe Body Spray.
Look at you.
Yes. So Unilever does have a scholarship.
Yeah.
I've known of a student, she received a $500 scholarship by writing an essay on why she used Dove deodorant.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. So
Oh
there's
my
scholarships out there.
Yeah.
Even clothing, Nike, Adidas, things that we wear all the time. Go to their website, see what type of scholarships. Usually it's give me an essay on why you need the money, or what you're going to do with the money if you receive it.
Just as long as they don't ask me to play basketball.
Why you like the product. That's usually it. It's usually an essay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's dollars out there. It's just a matter of searching for them.
Absolutely, my friend. I enjoy these kind of conversations. Now, before we let you get out of here, so as you said, give us some dates that we should imprint on our minds as we get into this third leg of the application process for the 2023-2024 academic year.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is coming up on February 26th. That's a Sunday. College Go Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
You come out, we can help you and your family file your FAFSA, answer whatever questions you may have about the FAFSA. It's totally free. Even if you're not planning on coming to IU Northwest, which I hope you do.
Exactly.
We'll still help you with filing your FAFSA and getting that taken care of. We are starting our tours back up on campus as of March 1st. So our in-person tours.
Yeah.
Wanted to break the weather a little bit, but there's going to be opportunity for students and parents to actually come to the campus and see how amazing it really is firsthand. And then our group scholar information, I spoke on that. That's going to be March 6th is an informational session on Monday, March 6th from 6 to 7:30.
Yeah.
So if you have a child that's planning on attending IU Northwest and they're going to be a freshman, come out to this event. You'd be surprised on a lot of things that we're doing to offer them.
Right.
By way of scholarship, by way of wraparound services, by way of just getting ahead and having a sense of belonging on a college campus. So that's going to be March 6th. It's a Monday. Information session for that.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Dr. Frank and our guy, the president, they're not listening right now. So, it's just you and I. I mean, how irritating is it right now this time of year with these high school where they're the tours? I mean, you work 5 days a week. You got to go in there on Saturday and Sundays. A Sunday?
Yeah, I work 7 days
I'm just
a
putting
week.
this. I know you love doing what you
7 days a
do.
week.
Yeah, 7 days a week. How irritating is that? You come on the weekdays when I'm there, I'll talk to you. But no. But I think we should appreciate the fact that you all are very flexible and you're making it available to parents,
Absolutely.
working parents, and then the scholars when they can focus and ask all the questions that they want.
Whatever question it is.
How long do you have to stay on Sunday though? This is just you and me talking because I want to be. For
College Go Sunday, I actually won't be there for that event.
Oh, what happened?
But you will see.
Your dog got sick.
Will be there.
You got an uncle that you got to go see. How'd you get out of that?
So I won't be for that event.
Yeah.
But Monday, March 6th, I will definitely be there for that event.
There.
So if you want to come that evening, see me in person, I will be there for that event. But yes, come on out to the campus.
All right, Antoine. Once again, man, thank you very much. You're doing good work over there. You and your colleagues. By the way, give us an email address or give us a phone number if they want to contact you and make an appointment to come see you. Or can they just walk into your office willy-nilly?
They can walk in. We always take walk-ins. You can walk into the Office of Admissions at any time and speak with myself or any other admissions counselors.
Yeah.
You can go to our website at iun.edu/visits, and you can schedule an appointment to meet with myself or any of my colleagues, as well as schedule a tour. And then all of our events I spoke about today are also listed there as well.
All right, my friend. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get ready to take a break. When we